Why do I have to do this today? Why are you guys making me do this today? It's Easter. I mean, hmm. Happy Easter. Okay. I don't know who needs to be in here to see this. I really don't. But apparently the manosphere is well, at least some people in the manosphere um are having a little cognitive dissonance this morning. And happy Easter, you guys. A little cognitive dissonance this morning. You guys, I'm just waking up, so I apologize if I don't look like super glamorous or anything, but this is how I wake up. Yesterday, I did a video about the whole just pearly things. I told you I don't care. Even what I'm telling you right now, I don't care. But the reason why I'm doing this now is because I mentioned yesterday that for years, one of the godfathers of the manosphere used to talk to me, reached out to me. Shoot, I just found a message from like 2014 where he was trying to reach out to me. And you guys know that the manosphere hates me, right? Like they absolutely hate me. So David, at one point during one of the many kerfuffles that I had, like, reached out to me and talked to me, and he was just like, he did not have a very high opinion of the manosphere. Now, before I say what I'm going to say, and I'm actually going to show receipts. You might want to tag people in. I'm going to wait a minute before I show you. I'm going to actually show you because, just to preface things, when people tell me something, when people share private information with me, I don't go back and tell. If it's a secret, I'll never tell. But David Carroll is dead, and the secret no longer needs to be secret. You know how it is, like when the FBI holds classified documents, and then when the person that they were investigating or whatever passes away, they release it. So David Carroll has passed away. And the promise is not necessary anymore. Wherever David Carroll is now, this is the last thing that he cares about, right? So yesterday I mentioned it because the manosphere, I'm going to tell you something about the manosphere. Overall, they are a group of disenfranchised Black men who are frustrated with Black women to the point of hatred. The manosphere has made my life a living hell. Well, not anymore, but they used to.
But wait, there's more.
They got slaves from Africa, slaves from Europe, and slaves from like Europe, like in, I don't know, the Slavic countries, the root word of slave is Slav. They also got slaves from places like Ireland and other places to help build. But by and far, the oldest minority in this country, if you're going to compare white people, is Black people in this country. And so when other minorities come, they may have an impression about Black people. They may think, I want to be on the level that's higher than them, so I really don't want to be dating them. Now, I realize what I'm saying is very pessimistic. And it's not to say that none of these men would ever, ever, ever date and marry outside of their community. That's not true. Because I've seen those men, I've been to those weddings, and I know that that's true. It just is a little bit tougher. And if we're going to date efficiently, you've got to be armed with the truth. You got to be armed with the realities of the situation. Otherwise, you're going to blame me for sending you out there to the wolves, okay? So I'm just going to be totally honest with you. So how did we get here, though? It's really crazy, right? So you've got issues of minorities who are fighting for supremacy. You've got colorism, which was totally created because of colonialism and slavery. But you've got the same group of men who started all of this, the most amenable to dating interracially. So what is that about? It's interesting because another term that I want to introduce to you guys today is the genetic fallacy. So the genetic fallacy basically states that something is true because the origins of it were true. So if we were going to attach genetic fallacy to, say, white men dating Black women, some people will say, well, there's no way I'm going to date the slave master. There's no way I'm going to, do, this and that with massa, as if the men from 150, 200 years ago are still walking amongst us like the crypt keepers trying to date Black women. That is not what's happening, right? But you see somebody who has a general look of the people who represented your oppression, and you want to attach that to their sons and daughters generations removed, who have nothing to do with it. And that's the problem. A lot of Black women have that block because of that genetic fallacy that we're often being presented with. But the fact of the matter is this: those men are not their fathers. Those men are not their grandfathers or their great-grandfathers. These are men we went to school with. I know I did. I was raised in almost a whole white neighborhood. These are people who we shared hot dogs and Cokes with. These are people that we watched the fireworks on the 4th of July with. We've got a lot more in common with American white men that we may not necessarily have with people who are different minorities who are amongst us, who may share the same struggles, who may share the same level of melanin with us, but have a totally different cultural experience. The fact of the matter is that we've been in America this whole time, and so have they. We've got a lot more in common than you would think. And so when you think about it, it really does make sense that 70% of white men who date interracially are the ones that are most interested in Black women. You should check out the book. It's called Swirling: How to Date, Mate, and Relate, Mixing Race, Culture, and Creed. And if you like this conversation, we get really, really deep in the Pink Pill Underground. It is something that you do have to apply for, sign an NDA, because we really go deeper in these conversations that are not surface level. If you're interested, click the link in the description box so that you can apply and get on a call with me, and we'll see if you're a fit. All right, guys, I would really like to know what you think about this. What do you think about the poll? Were you surprised at all? Were you surprised about how it all panned out? I wasn't, but I'm wondering if you were. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I'm the Pink Pill. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, Pinky.
And now, for the moment all you motherfuckers been waiting for. All my flip mode niggas
This is the girl who swirls and shit. It's the first fucking thing I saw when I opened my goddamn computer this morning because it was in my algorithm and shit. It's fucking Crystalline Kerosene and shit, okay? I'm gonna give a shout out to Gender War Lore, for this clip and for sharing my video. And when I shared a lot of my videos, and I really like to thank Gender War Lore for that, okay? Because I don't get sometimes you don't get enough support, and I'm perpetually shadow banned. Anyway, getting back to the girl that swirls and shit, I want to tell Crystalline Kerosene that she doesn't really have to tell any of us about her, her past and whatnot. So we know enough and shit. She done put her messy ass life all over social media and shit. And, we know that she's a failure as a parent as well as a failure in affairs of the heart and shit. And if you stupid ass females, the greatest dupes on the planet, want to keep following her, that's your business and shit, okay? The last time I drug her was when she decided that she was gonna, be a ghoul and dig up David Carroll's dead corpse and parade it around and say that he wanted her stinking panties and shit with receipts. If I was a betting man with any less morality and shit, a little bit of youth behind me and shit, I was there with it, because I was in California where the bitch is, whatnot. If I was, an uncouth man, a roughneck and shit, then I'd be obliged to put hands on her for that shit because it's disgusting. It's as disgusting as Jada Pinkett parading Tupac's corpse around for clout and shit. Her digging up David Carroll and shit. Who looks like a prophet now alongside Kevin Samuels and shit. I'm tired of this talk of colorism and shit. I want to tell you that most of the colorism in this goddamn country and that generates it within our community comes from women like Crystal in here, or dark-skinned women that bottom of the barrel bitches that ain't got a hope in hell of getting that elusive white man unless he's down and out, unless he's slumming, unless he's reeling from opioid addiction and shit, unless he's just out of his shit, This is an abuse victim in his own community. All right? No one cares. I want to tell you. We keep telling these bitches that Negroes never gave a goddamn about black women dating white men because they've been doing it for as long as we can remember. We always saw them and shit. A lot of times it was very dark-skinned women dating these white schlubby-looking guys and shit. And they thumbed their nose at us and we didn't care. We just snickered and shit because we saw the deal. We saw that she was just that guy's fetish or whatever, his last-ditch effort and shit. A lot of them, these young bottom-of-the-barrel bitches would be with, small hats and shit, schlubby guys or chubby guys and shit. And then the ones that was with the quote-unquote premium guys, they were used for many years and then discarded when he wanted to have children and shit, okay? All right? Not saying all, but I'm saying most, okay? And I just get tired. She really gets on my nerves. She's disgusting. All right, for what she did that with David Carroll, They had some secret conversations. I want to tell you, none of that shit shocked me. True or not, it shouldn't shock me. David Carroll was a lone wolf. Okay, he made that quite abundantly clear to us and shit. But she thought she was attacking men when she paraded out that her fucking receipts and shit. When she thought she was doing that shit, man. Okay, she really thought she was hurting us and shit. She's always trying to hurt black men because they never wanted her fucking ass. Okay, we don't want her. She's mid. Okay, she's barely basic and shit. Okay, she got a peanut head. She got a ugly rat kind of looking face and shit. Hopefully she don't take after her mother. She got no tits. She got no fucking ass. And she got a kid and she done fucked her kid up. If you're a family-oriented person, if you in Stepdaddy season with Brittany Renner, you go look at her kid and shit is in a poly relationship getting abused and shit. And she don't give a fuck because she out here pretending like she's, one of the Stepford wives and shit, the nigga one, the nigga version. And I want Crystalline Kerosene to get the white man of her fucking dreams and shit and have all the gutter sex that she wants for the rest of her eternity and shit, And I want that bitch to keep breaking up and starting that shit all over again like a fucking curse. I want that bitch to be on the nigga as Miss Sandra's version of Groundhog Day. You know, that should be her fucking punishment and shit. That she keeps doing this shit in perpetuity until she is out of there, okay? Because she's beyond the wall. That bitch that hit the wall at light speed and went through that motherfucker, and now she in limbo somewhere. So all she could do is sit up here and clout chase and parade around people, dead corpses and shit like David Carroll and whoever the fuck else she got. She thinks she got receipts on, and try to get your money and shit. And you black women, you silly ass black women, y'all are her literal cosmic IV and shit, keeping that bitch on life support on social media. Okay? Hey, thanks, man. Thanks for being the greatest dupes on the planet. All right? Still haven't figured out the way to grift y'all for some of that sweet dumb black women money and shit myself. That being said, kings, keep your head on the swivel, protect your bag, and above all else, protect your goddamn seed because that's your legacy and your future, okay? SYSBM equals save yourself, black man.
But wait, there's more.
Who does someone? So I don't think there should be any more questions. Are there any questions? Yes, you're right. The power of the P. So ladies, let this be a lesson to you. They can talk all that shit, but there is something about a woman that is irresistible. And once you learn that, you'll get further. And when I see that, hell yeah, I'm going to use it to my advantage. What fool would not? No evidence. See, this is what I don't. I don't know what more I could show you. Like, look up the number and look. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. And and here's what I say. Some people ask, does Crystalline hate black men? No. But I can say that the majority of the black manosphere, yeah. I have black men in my life, in my real life, and they don't act like this. They don't act like y'all. They think y'all crazy. But even David Carroll thought y'all were crazy. Even David Carroll thought you guys were a bunch of buffoons. If you like, I can scroll through and give you screenshots of him talking about y'all and calling you monkeys. Because he did call you monkeys all the time. He called y'all monkeys.
You know, I thought about Pink Pill. I thought about what she said in that clip where she was busy robbing David Carroll's grave and using him for clout and cast him as a pervert, you know, who wanted her underwear or whatever. I don't give a fuck. You know, rest in peace to that motherfucker. Um, you know, she called most of us, you know, black men that we're disenfranchised and frustrated to the point of hatred with black women and shit. You know, so I want to address that. You know, yeah, yeah, we are frustrated with you to the point of hatred. Okay, why do you think all these goddamn videos exist? All right, and what do you propose that we do about that? Keep going around in that circle on that fucking treadmill? You know, we just keep, you know, towing the line while you guys continue fucking up everything until infinity. Okay, I understand that you grew up in, you know, the suburbs or some white neighborhood and shit. You know, and you probably were uh, one of a few black people in that area. And just think if you were, or black people were in those suburban areas in any appreciable numbers, your life situation would be drastically different and shit. Okay, no one's trying to talk you and your followers out of, you know, dating or effing white men, you know, zaddies and shit. We want you to do that, okay? We need those guys to take you mid to ugly, you know, basic females off, you know, out of, you know, play, you know, out of contention. I don't want to see you when I'm out somewhere and shit. I don't want you sending me a drink or nothing. I don't want to talk to you about how you feel, your issues, or anything that happened to you in your childhood. I don't give a fuck and shit. The only thing you're gonna do is, assume a position and look at that fucking headboard and dump your head on it, bitch. But I wouldn't touch you. Okay? I wouldn't touch you. We're disenfranchised. We're disenchanted with you as a whole. And it's been building up for over 40 years. All right, we're tired of your misandry. We're tired of what it's become. Okay? It's a problem. You're a problem and shit. Okay? I think that you guys should stay in your little bubble and destroy one another and shit eventually, because you can't do anything. You can't pair bond. You can't come together for any appreciable business. Yet you keep talking about somebody being a partner in what is supposed to be an organic relationship. But why the fuck would I want to do that? Okay? Why would I want to go into business with an unproven commodity that's lazy as fuck, want to sit on his ass and just get handouts and shit? That's basically what you're telling your followers and shit, to chase white men for their tangibles as well. Okay? And good luck to that shit. Okay? It's gonna, you're gonna land on your fucking head. Okay? Like you have so many times before. All right, yeah, we're disenchanted with your fucking ass. Okay? A lot of us are gonna do what we can to, change their future for our gender, okay? For the black male gender, the straight black male gender, okay? Now you hear straight black men, we're tired of listening to your shit. We're tired of you running your mouth and, quacking and shit and bitching and, thinking you're doing something and shit, thinking you're fucking with us emotionally or anything. We're just looking at you with a static expression because we heard this shit for decades. Now we heard this shit for decades, man, and we're tired of it. It's old. And yeah, we're gonna fuck white women, we're gonna fuck Asian women, we're gonna fuck Spanish women, any other women we can put our dicks in, we're gonna have babies with them and shit, probably in a nuclear family. We're gonna do all that shit you don't want us to do. You don't own us, okay? You don't own us. That's why you're always attacking, okay? You need to get out of your shit, break your own mental chains. That's none of our business and shit. Okay, you handle that how you see fit, shit. But yeah, we hate you too. You say you hated us, and we hate your ass too. We hate you, Chrislyn. Okay, we hate you, Pink Pill. We want you to fuck the white mans. Keep doing that same shit over and over again and get the same fucking result, and never get out of it until you're old and gray and shit. Okay, and then maybe your non-binary child will take care of you instead of putting you in the most bare bones old folks home and shit. If she has even a sliver of humanity and shit, okay? Or maybe you can grift enough of your dumb followers and shit to get yourself a nice little bag and retire somewhere, where you can every now and then get some zaddy that bust you up, man, bust up your cheeks. All right? Every dude that's ever gonna sleep with you, every white man that's gonna sleep with you is gonna be a nigga lover, okay? As one of your last boyfriends put it. And we still have yet to see any proof that you were actually dating a black man that was worth over $8 million and shit. Because if I was worth over $8 million, you're not the first person on my list. I'm gonna have badass bitch, okay? And you live in the West Coast in Los Angeles and shit, and you are invisible amongst your own peers. Even the woman with your mindset, you are invisible. You know that and you hate it. And that's why you come after us and shit. Because you're lazy, all right? You can't get your shit together, you balls. That's why, you're a thing of the past, okay? You're sitting on the shelf in the land of misfit toys and shit, okay? All right? We're waiting for the day when Cynthia G will use her keys to come into into your house and just have a seat there next to divested zealot and divested witch and a couple other bitches. And this thing could be a thing of the past and shit, okay? But hey, you're right, okay? We're a bunch of disenfranchised men that hate you. Good day.
Black patriarchy. A non-existent group of fictional black male power brokers not discredited, erroneously jailed or outright killed by the minority majority who look the other way as they work tirelessly to shame, oppress, and outright take out the altruistic black female populace of the honorable democratic United States of America. 3K's inset bitches. These evil wealthy members of the black patriarchy are the sole reason for all the ills of the black community, walking, talking, holding down jobs, and doing everything up to and including giving their very lives in service to their baby mamas and baby's motherfucking kids. Their motto that strikes fear into the hearts of black women everywhere: bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks.